The number one thing we had to get going to establish this leadership forum was to just build a relationship with everybody who worked in Wellington Water. And I found the easiest thing to do was to go out and visit them all personally, go onto their place, explain what we were aiming to do, and encouraging them to say, well, look, we want to have a conversation outside the contract. We just want to get the leaders of business to come in and talk about issues that were relevant to the work we were doing. So we started off by having a meeting every 2 months, and everybody came in and we started to talk about the issues.
So the first meeting, we all went to the room. It was kind of all the contractors outside initially. There was a few consultants, I think, right at the beginning as well, but we were all outside talking flat out at everyone, what's going on, what are you up to, who's busy, and the rest of it. We walk into the room, sit down, and it's just silence. The whole room just goes silent.
From the very first meeting, nobody wanted to talk because there was still a lack of trust. We were scared if we said the wrong thing, then it might come back to get us in another way. So people still kept everything very close to their chest. Now, conversation flows freely, ideas are shared, there's no fear of retribution.
So when we first set the forum up, my role was more like a traditional chairperson, planning the meeting and taking people through various aspects of the work. But over time it's morphed to the point where I'm able to just be the catalyst for ideas and let more and more people break into just genuine conversation around the room.
Some of the benefits are that we share ideas. Somebody else might have a different way of doing something and we might think that that's better than the way we're doing it. People are willing to share those ideas now to make sure that we're all working well.
Our relationship's definitely improved between each other. We don't just see each other now as competitors, although we do compete. If there's an incident that would happen on one of our sites and we report this information and get it out there, we might prevent a serious accident somewhere else.
We created a blog that's shared with everybody throughout the family of Three Waters, and people can get on and start to share experiences about what really went on.
We got an email from Jerry Friel, one of his guys, had said that they'd been working in Wellington City and the double-decker buses had only just been brought onto the roads, and they noticed that there was an issue when designing a traffic management plan and allowing for double-decker buses. And now they've realised that it really narrows up the site. You have to be mindful of the double-deckers, whereas I wouldn't have even thought about that until I had come across the issue. So somebody else has experienced the problem and they've shared the issue and the solution with us.
As we were trying to develop this culture around peer-to-peer ideas, we were changing our contractual vehicles at the same time, and they now totally reinforce the outcomes we're looking for. And in fact, a lot of our models now have key performance indicators that relate to that collaboration, not only with Wellington Water, but the 360 view between consultants, contractors and all of us.
So if we feel part of it, it's a lot easier for me to go back and say to my staff, we're going to do this and that, and so let's do it together.
Well, there's lots of wider benefit for our business with the level of professionalism and raising the bar and our self-management style that's been encouraged under this model. Wider benefits to some of our other clients. They're getting a high level of professionalism in health and safety management because that's just become business as usual. It's not just the way we do business with Wellington Water, but how the whole company runs now.
My advice to any CEO is to approach it from the building relationships and establishing trust and making it personal. You're going to get much better results than if you try and drive it through some system or framework that becomes more mechanical.